Alright, so we're back with another one of the Persona 3 videos based on the doors here. We're going to be doing the Resistance door today. Figured since we did the rest of Vision Quest, we may as well go ahead and knock out the doors as well. We got the Margaret fight out there now. We got every other Vision Quest one. This one is trickier than you would originally think it would be. So these guys are just going to do whatever they're going to do. What you really want here is to just keep spamming wind magic on them. Now, they did just throw out magic barriers, so I do end up taking a little bit of damage to myself here, but that is, that's fun. You'd be like, you're at 31 HP, how's this fine? Yeah. The reason why I use wind here is because one of them is actually weak to wind, as you can see, we knocked him down. And there's a gimmick for this where there's a gimmick here where you want to be able to keep that one that is weak to wind knocked down, because the others two don't actually have a lot of accuracy. So while they're doing all these crazy moves here, essentially giving themselves a heat riser, magical and physical reflection, and all of that, basically, they're never attacking you, so you're kind of free to just wail on them, which is great. So that's the general idea of what we're trying to do here, is just wear them down while we're able to. Now, they do have essentially heat riser buffs, so it's not going to be as quick as one might hope, but it is what it is. Mitsuru is here. You can kind of just use Mind Charge Ice and get a little bit extra damage on him. But really, your bread and butter is just going to be spamming wind magic on them. Now, you see, they're all the way buffed, and they're going to essentially put the equivalent of Debilitate on us. So, at this point, a lot of people would be freaking out, understandably, because you have Debilitate essentially on every one of your characters, and they have essentially Heat Riser on every one of your characters. A very spooky situation to be in general. But thanks to the gimmick of this fight, we're not too worried about it, so we're just going to go ahead and keep wailing on them. Akihiko here, we're just gonna, there's not really much we can do with it. I mean, we could throw attacks and debuffs out here and there, but generally Akihiko not playing too big of a role in this fight. Mitsuru's just gonna be cleaning up with a little extra damage. Yeah, and that's the gimmick of this fight. Even with all their buffs and debuffs on ourselves, they have no accuracy, but one does have accuracy, and it is the one that's actually weak to the wind attacks, as we'll see right here. Yeah, just hit me for 1,400 damage. Now, we do have the once more effect, because it hasn't been stolen from us just yet, so Mitsuru was able to live through that without us actually having to, you know, revive her as a result of getting hit by a 1,400 damage attack, which is quite strong, so that's the general idea behind this fight. And really, we're just looking for one more all-out attack, because as you can see, the all-out attack does absolutely insane damage to these guys. I mean, it did, what, 5k, almost 6k worth of damage? One more of those and they're basically done for. But you can speed it up a little bit through using Mitsuru and your main character as well as Yukari doing damage. Though you do want your main character, Mitsuru, or your main character and Yukari to basically always be doing wind AoE attacks to make sure that the one that does have the accuracy stays down and stunned out for as long as possible. He will get back up and do attacks every couple of times. It's just you can't keep him down forever. There's also some gimmicks in this fight, like there is in Margaret's and whatnot. If you try and do specific actions, they'll insta-kill you with the 9,999 Megiddo, which, if you're getting killed by that, basically that means whatever you just did is not allowed within the fight. I don't remember everything that specifically triggered that, so if you're getting hit by that, just don't do that for it. I know, very insightful, but I just can't think of everything you can't do in this fight off the top of your head. So, I mean, this is the general pattern that you want to do here. There might be other ways of beating this one, but this definitely seems to be the way that it worked out relatively well for me. I mean, we've been hit, what, 2 times total so far? All our debuffs are gone now. That doesn't mean they still won't hit us for a ton of damage, at least by the one guy that can hit us. But as soon as the one guy that hits us is dead, we basically have nothing to worry about. They do like using Foul Breath and Poison, pretty much in order to guarantee the poison. You really do not care about poison, because realistically, unless you're getting hit, you'll still live with 1 HP, because I believe poison can't actually kill you in this game. I believe somebody still has to at least hit you once, even if you're on 1 HP. I want to say that's how it goes, but we never really got poisoned in our playthrough, especially to that degree, so I don't entirely remember. But something that's right. So yeah, they're just gonna keep throwing down poison on everybody. It's very much so, who cares, because if they don't go out of their way to land the finishing blow, then you're just taking HP damage, and it's like, very much so, who cares? But as you can see right there, we actually cleared out the only member of their team here that actually does damage to us. So these two are basically sitting ducks. I believe the reason why they call this the resistance door is due to the fact that they spam as much buffs as they do. And you gotta be resilient, not wanting to freak out and clear all of the debuffs on you and the poison and whatnot, because I think those are actually insta-kill conditions, where they'll drop the 9,999 big golden, is if you don't play into the theme of the resistance door. So yeah, don't clear your debuffs, don't clear your debuffs, don't clear the poison, just let it happen. And of course, everybody that can actually do damage to these guys, just make sure that you keep throwing it out there. Realistically, you shouldn't run out of SP. Even if you do, you can just use your basic attacks to finish them, but realistically, you shouldn't be running out of SP. Especially if you're following the way that we're currently going at it right now. And that is the resistance door cleared. Relatively easy once you know what you're doing, but they definitely try to make it a lot harder. You do get Enduring Soul from clearing this door as well. And yeah, that's that is the resistance door, and we will continue our conquest of the doors in the next